Everyone's talking about Broadway and Off Broadway. I mean, in New York, it's like these are the benchmarks, you know, for knowing when the pandemic is ending, when Broadway opens up again. I mean, what is your view on how things could change permanently, and what will it look like?
Well, these are really good questions, and I think everybody's grappling with what the answers are. But the best judgment right now of people that, you know, are studying this and listening to the doctors and following, you know, the increased vaccine use, is that Broadway possibly can open in the fall. Now, what that will look like, we're not sure. Still, we have to be very mindful of, you know, distancing. I think everyone will have to be masked, and that may stay for quite some time. The more people that get the vaccine, I think the more comfortable audiences will be to come and gather again. And this is all in the hope that nothing else spikes and nothing horrific happens that sets back what we think could be a reasonable calendar. Off Broadway and some of the more interesting flexible spaces, which my theater that you mentioned on 15th Street is, I think might have the opportunity to open sooner, because with an open space, we can make little pods of seating, we can separate people. We won't be able to play to full capacity, of course. I think the fall is what people are comfortable feeling optimistic about, I would say. And you ask a good question, what will stay? What will be the, you know, parts of the new normal other than masks?
Right.
There may be, some people are saying they may have to do rapid testing. I don't know how feasible that is. I think we have to look at financing of productions, because we won't be playing to full houses probably for a while. I think we have to, I think we have to carefully look at pricing so that theater can become affordable, you know, for more people, for students, for people that have been suffering during this, you know, horrible economically challenging time we've been through. So I think tourism won't come back. You know, we may be open in the fall, but I don't necessarily feel optimistic that we'll be, you know, warding off tourists like we usually do in New York. I think that will take some time. So I think it will be an opening primarily for more local tri-state area people and those that can come to New York, but a lot of people will still be very mindful of travel, you know, and so there are a lot of unknowns, you know, and many of the theaters are doing new air filtration systems.
Okay.
So that's a lasting thing. We have the ability to have patrons come in one door and out another door, so that there's not a lot of crossing and interaction. And so things like that make people feel comfortable to gather again. That's the main thing, really. Once people say we can do it, will audiences feel comfortable coming? You know, we have to make that commitment to have safe havens, which, you know, is what we'll do.
Isn't that so interesting? I mean, you know, when you think of going to a Broadway show, I mean, part of the excitement is like you're packed in tight. As an neurotic person myself, though, when the guy behind me is coughing, it always did make me a little nervous.
Well, and now it can make you nervous for good reason. You know, we want to keep everything as germ-free as we can. And, you know, I think people will be very vigilant. I don't think, it's not like what we heard about the Super Bowl, which really upset me, that all these people without masks are partying and carrying on. I mean, that's just insane at this time. You know, I don't think that will ever be the issue. People want to come to theater. We need theater. I mean, let's just say that through the ages, art and theater and music fill our souls. That's what's going to lift our spirits. That's what it can do. That's the gift of theater. I firmly believe that. And so the people that are going to come are going to be so ravenous and so hungry, you know, for that wonderful fulfillment, that I think they'll be careful and mindful. And
I think so.
I do. I have faith in that.
People will be so considerate. I mean, even now in New York City, everyone is so conscious. It's nice.
It is good. You realize that we're a big community. And, you know, as we look out for one another, we look out for ourselves.